Just two rambling athletic administrators trying to find a place to film. What's up, West Johnston? Coach Williams here with Coach Josh Plisko, the men with the plan, the athletic director. We're just going to talk to you about the program and how it's been doing in the first month of action. Coach, how are we looking?
Well, the High School Athletic Association said we could start playing on August 19th. So we're about a month in, and we figured it was a good time to catch back with our viewers on the YouTube channel and let them know what's going on at in Cat Country.
Overall, how are all the teams doing, taking a wide view?
Well, taking a wide view right now, I'm actually really happy with where we're at. I did the winning percentage number right now. We're at .64 for wins. We're 23-12 and one tie, I believe, in JV soccer.
I think that means we're winning 2 out of every 3 games almost?
Yeah, just about. So real competitive, off the bus. We're playing good, and we're doing well at home. So and that's across all sports, and we got some sports really standing out right now. But as conference play is about to happen, we're getting into a month of the season. Mm-hmm. So this is a time where we've done our non-conference scheduling, our practices. They're going to be getting into game mode now, and more so as they're getting ready for conference opponents to come in. And we're in a tough Johnston County heavy conference, and we're excited to see where it shakes out. But we're feeling good about springboarding into conference play in a month in. So.
Mm-hmm. Conference play should be really good to our soccer team. They're currently 7-1, I think, and you gave a really great statistic about how they've been outscoring opponents recently. What's that number?
Oh, I think it's 29-2.
Whew.
So they've been playing some lockdown D, and we were at a game this past week, and Brinkley ended up saving a PK that was very good.
Mm-hmm. That's Ethan Brinkley.
Yes, Ethan Brinkley. Yeah, in the box we fouled somebody, and he just made a heck of a save. And he's been playing really good right now. Actually, on Max Preps, when you look at his goals against and everything, average-wise, he's tops in the state. So he's going to be right around, definitely, if he keeps playing like this, it's safe to say top 5, top 10 maybe in the state on goals against. And that's not just a goalie helping out. That's the whole defense. Mm-hmm. That's the offense controlling the ball, getting in deep, and putting some pressure on the teams. And Coach Leaptrot keeps the boys in good shape to play his kind of game style. So, we're running and attacking a lot and trying to add pressure to the other teams. Mm-hmm. So, and that's been working, and we've been doing a great job out there. So I'm looking forward to, I think, the East Wake home game. We're going to have the Spirit Club out there, and that should be a good night for everybody to come see some soccer.
Mm-hmm. That's 6 shutouts on the season for soccer team, hoping to see it continue to come. So talking about other teams that are off to great starts, our volleyball program. Off in the main gym, new scoreboard. That home side is getting an awful lot of work under Coach Tangela Faulkner. How are they doing?
They're doing great. I mean, we have some really, really talented players, senior-wise, and 2 of the standouts right now, Maddie Green and Megan Bost, and they're just usually said in the same sentence because the assistant kills are pretty much, a lot of times coming from Maddie to Megan. That's one of our game plans. But overall, serving has been really well this year. If you come to a game, we're not giving up cheap points into the net. Mm-hmm. Defensively, we're hustling. All the girls seem to have a defined role on what they're doing, and obviously to have that many wins, everybody's contributing at their spots from rotation to rotation, in the bench, off the bench. So, I'm really excited, and they look organized and have a shot at the conference title. It's going to be some big matchups against Cleveland, Clayton, and the rest of the Johnston County people. It's always going to be tough, but I feel like we're in a situation where there'll be good competitive games, and we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. The tennis team actually just got a big win against Cleveland at home last week and are currently 4-0 in conference play. Let's talk some about that.
Tennis, Coach Fisher's been coaching at West for a long time. What a great coach. What a great group of girls. They're down there working hard all the time. And, Sarah Ford, I think, is undefeated right now in doubles play and singles play. And other than that, their only 2 losses were to another good program in the county, Corinth Holders. Mm-hmm. We scheduled 2 non-conference games, and they got us twice. But other than that, we've been playing really well. And a big tennis team overall. Roster-wise, we have a pretty large tennis team, which bodes well for the future as they continue to do stuff. And we'll be looking at where we finish in the conference. Right now it's looking pretty good, where we might get a state playoff entry for our girls tennis team, and that would be outstanding.
Jumping on to the golf course, how is our girls golf team doing?
Well, I enjoyed going out there and seeing them and just get ready for the game, having the whole, I want to call it a mountain conference because I'm a baseball guy, but they have the conference on the greens, and they talk about the local rules and everything, and our girls are all taking it in stride. We ended up having low numbers this summer, and we're able to recruit some girls to give golf a try, and they're doing really well, shaving off scores from never picking up a golf club before to learning about the sport and what it can do, and it's a life sport, so this is something that these girls are going to have the opportunity to do for the rest of their lives. But that doesn't mean we're not competitive either. Chloe Harlow is our number one golfer. She's shooting pretty well right now. I know she thinks she could shoot better, and she will, especially when we get back to our home course, Reedy Creek. So we're excited for her. She's already putting up scores where she's on pace to get into regional play. So she needs to continue that with that. And some of the young girls like Celine Peeler, freshman, has been playing pretty well. So outside of that, they just got to keep working at the golf course over there and get those putts down and chips down and stay on the short grass.
Easy to do. Some people don't say their entire lives to get good at that, right?
Yeah.
So girls programs are obviously setting a real high bar for us right now, and the best example of that is gymnastics, starting their road to a three-peat. How'd they do recently?
Well, they just finished first out of 21 teams at a meet this Saturday, and we're really excited for that. And me and Scotty have gone out to a couple of their meets in the past. So what do you think about some of the returners, which pretty much we have a lot of returners this year, and they won the state title last year. So where do you think kind of where we're at and some of those girls and what they're doing? So
well, if you're talking about returners, it really doesn't get much better than the Brzezowski twins. Obviously, Tasha Brzezowski, a two-time state champion, recent Maryland commit. You can check her out over on Take a Lap, of course. And you've also got Lily Harrison doing a great job, and Carly Chapman, and they've just got a good, experienced team that really looks poised to take it into a three-peat. So getting on to football, we're bringing in a new coach, Coach Jermaine Harper. How's he been doing with the boys?
Good. Coach Harper, Coach McDaniels, Coach Fowler, Coach Payton, Coach Norris, Coach Wood. They're all doing a great job down there. Coach Wendell Graham, too, with the O-line play, has been doing well. We've been competitive, and that's one thing I could be very happy about is in halftime, the boys are going into the locker room, making adjustments and plans because the game's within reach. So that's a commitment to them and how much they've been working over the summer and instituting the culture that Coach Harper has set. And you could definitely see a little bit of tenacity, physicalness in the boys' play. Tackling has been a strength for parts of the game. But overall, if we lock up the tackling, you see the boys are in the right places, doing the right things for the most time. So they need to continue to work hard in the weight room, continue to work hard at practice, and stay competitive like they are. But big props to the seniors right now, pulling along the younger kids to where we're going and what we're doing. Thursday nights have been really well competitive, both games. All three games we played there. And then in varsity, we had some good shots at some wins early. So we're continuing to get some home games, get back at home for a couple weeks, and look forward to building us up for conference play, which we should hopefully, be in the mix there and be able to take over some of the middle pack and give some of the top tier programs in the county a good ball game.
Speaking of, we're also on the football field on Friday nights. We've just recently been having some construction on the track. It's mostly finished. It's going to dry and then look really, really great for our home game on Friday night. But one team actually lost their primary surface over the course of that construction, and that's our cheer team. Our cheer team had to do their last couple of home games in the bleachers, and I would say they've adjusted really well, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, you were there with us Friday night at Nightdale, and they looked sharp on the sideline there. They were able to use their track. Can't use ours yet, but we're excited to release it this Friday for the girls to be in their actual spots, bring out the mats, be able to stunt and get with the crowd and interact with the new Spirit Club that has come back to West Johnston. So we're really excited that Coach Aycock has taken that on, and Miss Jones as well, Miss Jenny Jones, and they're doing a great job with that. And the Spirit Club, I was really happy the first game against Corinth Holders, the way they behaved and how much energy they brought to the field with them. And we're excited to see that continue. And our cheerleaders have been gracious and great. All about the school first and them, and they totally were understanding. Coach DeGrucci, Coach Wall, and they did a nice job in the bleachers, for that being thrown on them late, because construction timelines speed up and sometimes things happen with weather, and it was kind of late notice for them, and they took it all in stride the best they can, because really you're not preparing to be in the bleachers until basketball season. So, they had to kind of learn on the fly and did a good job with it, but I'm excited to see him back on the track. So, and all the fans to come out and see the new track. So, it should be dry and done, and that's that.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see what happens with cheer this year, because not only are we hoping to see them make a run at another conference championship, but in the spring we're actually rolling out a brand new sport at West Johnston. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, stunt cheer. So it's heavily done in Wake County, but we'll be doing it. We'll be the only school in Johnston County outside Corinth Holders that has stunt cheer, because Corinth's 4A part of the conference with pretty much all Wake County schools. So it's something that gives us another opportunity as a 3A high school to give our girls that work year-round at that some more time to be scored, evaluated, and everything else outside of maybe just the state competition in December or our conference competition in February. This gets them into the spring, keeps them active, and we're excited to do it. We'll probably host one of those events and send some people to a couple matches away. But it's very cool if you YouTube some stunt cheer, North Carolina stunt cheer and things like that. It's actually a pretty fun game and match to watch. So I'm excited to see that strategy and stuff kind of go out. And I know Coach DeGrucci will have a fun time with it, and our girls will do great. Moving
over outside of the track again, one side talking about cross country. How's our cross country team been doing as they continue on really a tradition of excellence?
Yeah, I mean, cross country, Coach Shaw has left us, and Coach Bird stepped into the role in a great position with a good team, and he's been doing really well down there with them. And the girls and boys are putting up some good times in our non-conference events so far, but really we got to wait till we get into that conference 925, the opener. So once we get to the GNRC opener and we see our times and where our places are, that'll give us a good indicator of kind of where we are. But I do expect, with the amount of work they put in and how serious our cross-country athletes are about running, that we'll be in the mix. And you got Haley Woolery returning, and she won the mile in track in the spring last year. So she's coming off a state championship individually, and her times are good. She's working out great, and we have a lot of other good girls right now that are running. And the boys team is just tough. They're just tough. They're all neck and neck with each other, and they push each other at practice. So both of those teams should score well in that opener.
So while the athletic teams have been busy, we in the athletic department have been making some upgrades to the facility. Coach, do you want to talk about some of the things that people will see new when they come out to West Johnston events?
Well, one thing is we got the logo back. I mean, we got the logo back on the 50 for the football games. So the guys that come out and paint it, the company that comes out and paint it, did the initial startup, and now we're just keeping up with it to make sure it'll get filled for varsity games and be the white outline for the JV games. So I was happy about that, bringing a little bit of the tradition back that it used to be a staple that was on the 50. So I'm glad we got that going on. And then other than that, the new scoreboards in the gym were last year's, but now I think we're going to work on some plans to upgrade and uplift the gym as well. Do you want to talk about those?
Well, keep it as much secret as possible, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people to kind of be surprised on it. We're going to make some aesthetic changes to the inside of the gym and really highlight some of the awesome things that our kids have done and highlight the tradition of excellence that we've had at West Johnston, as well as some changes to the outside area by the lobby. It's going to be interesting. I think we're planning to roll that out right around basketball season, Coach.
Yeah, I think that's when hopefully we'll get it all done, and the goal is to get it there before the first home basketball game and get things up where a lot of community comes and sees, some things in the past that might not have been up there before. So let's go put them up there so the kids can see them. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Okay. And speaking of things that can highlight our student athletes, one of the things we are most excited about is the fact that we have a partnership with Huddle, and we've been rolling out Huddle school-wide. You want to talk some about that?
Yeah, well, Coach Scotty with the Huddle and the filming, and me working with the coaches, and Coach Scotty doing it as well, we ended up with every sports program going to have their own Huddle account for varsity programs. So that's really nice for the kids to see it and use it. They can save it for a memory or a highlight, or they can download it and email it to someone that's out of state, or they can use it towards hopefully getting into a college and playing, a sport. So it's a great way for them to recruit themselves, a great way for them to enjoy what they do out there, and I'm just really excited for it. We worked on it at the coaches clinic up in Greensboro in July. So we sat down and met with some people from Huddle, and we're able to roll it out where everybody has an opportunity to get filmed and be filmed and enjoy that. And if dad or mom are working too late that day and they miss it, it's nice that they might be able to go back and see some of those things that their son or daughter did, because we know you want to be there and support them. So it's just great. I think it would be awesome if back when we were in school, we were able to watch some of those old films and stuff like that. So
yeah, our coaches had to do highlights on VHSs and things like that. And luckily our kids have digital access on their phones. So if you're not familiar with the Huddle program, you should totally ask your athlete about it. It's a really cool idea. It's a great program for kids to use to edit their own highlights. Parents can do it, coaches can do it. Really, anybody who wants to has access to that film to cut it up and make it as great as they want to help their kids profile, whether it's for recruiting or just something you want to show at their wedding 20 years later. Hey, look at what a great athlete this kid was. So anyway, I think that's a good update on the program, how we're doing right now, right?
Yeah, that's a month in the book. So next time we'll be chatting will probably be in October, and we'll have a good idea of where the sports are kind of finishing and getting into maybe only a week or two of some conference stuff and some postseason stuff for some of the other sports that have traditionally a little shorter season. So I look forward to talking to everybody in October and staying up to date. And we'll also talk about the fall then, but we're going to be getting ready to transition into winter and probably let you guys remind about tryouts and everything coming up. So with that being said, man, all the athletes, student athletes, keep your grades up. Take care of your bodies, and if you need anything, come see me or Coach Scotty and the rest of everybody out there watching. It's always a great day to be a Wildcat.